Hi guys, and welcome to my new video. This is more of a discussion video that I wanted to do for quite a while. It is about the best healer setup to bring for Nighthold mythic raids, as well as I mentioned some of the best healers for 5-man content as well. So just to start, I want to mention that the healing balance in Legion has been pretty great compared to what Warlords was, where you basically had to have a mandatory holy paladin and a disc priest in every raid in order to actually succeed. So this is a great step by Blizzard to actually bring healers very relatively close to each other, but there is still some healers that outshine others, especially in some content in Nighthold. First of all, Nighthold is very grouped up content, as in the raid will spend a lot of time close to each other. There is it brings a lot of utility. It works great for area-based heals. But all healers have their strengths and weaknesses. You can see from the chart here, the Druids rank the best in terms of performance, but that does not mean that they are the best healers. And in my opinion, the best setup for mythic Nighthold content would be something along the lines of this. You need three major parts to your healing team. Yes, three. You need three major healing parts. You need a tank healer, and there's no one better than a paladin. Blizzard will always stick to this, as paladins were always tank healers, and they probably will always be tank healers, and they're great at it. They have very little mana problems, the least amount of mana problems out of all the healers, so usually they'll never get innervates or blessing wisdoms, and they should never have them unless you're actually trying to 2-heal content. And then you need a raid healer. So for this, there's multiple healers that fill this role. Resto Druid, Holy Priest, Mistweaver, and a Disc Priest in its own way, and also a Shaman. So I would say that the best option would be probably out of three would be a Resto Druid, Holy Priest, and a Mistweaver. You can pick any of those. Resto Druid and Holy Priest are very similar in what they do, except that Holy Priest would actually basically heal up members in an instant, while Resto Druid will rely on its HOTS. Mistweavers are kind of underplayed, and they don't represent they don't represent what they can do, but they are actually in a pretty decent place. The same thing can be said about Disciplined Priests. I think there's only about 2,000 or 3,000 parses that I saw in the whole Mythic Nighthold, so, and especially because of how this priest play and their mana problems, you cannot play this priest in a competitive level without being fed innervates and without having like blessing wisdom. You need to have those mana tools to actually be in any way relevant. And then you'll pick one of those to be as your raid healer, and then you will have to bring what I call a utility healer. So this is someone who has multiple healing cooldowns, does not have too many mana issues, and that's Resto Shaman. It's very close to mandatory for a lot of the fights because of Healing Tide and Spirit Link Totem. Spirit Link Totem works great in Nighthold because there's so many opportunities to use it when the raid is clumped up, and therefore for a lot of the fights where you can barely make the DPS, you're looking to cut out healers. You can see that maybe the Resto Druid is doing a bit more HPS, but man, we got a Resto Shaman here with an extra healing cooldown. He doesn't have that many mana issues. It's an easy choice. You just cut the Resto Druid, you get the Shaman in because of that extra cooldown, and because they don't have that much mana issues because of Resurgence. And because of this, the best setup would be a Holy Paladin, Resto Shaman, and then take your pick from the raid healing group. And that would be the best options here. This should cover most of the mythic content. With those three healers, with those three healer groups, you can 3-heal most of the Nighthold content if you're actually really pushing for the DPS. And that's just a little discussion that I want to put forward towards the YouTube community about healers and how you feel about it. Now I would like to actually go through some of the 5-man mythic content and who are the best healers there. And it's actually nice to see that Resto Druid is doing so well in 5-man content because of how Mastery works, because of how many HOTS you can stack up on the 4 or the, well, the in overall 5 other people, and therefore for really high mythic content, we're talking like plus 15 to 25 right now. Resto Druid will be the best. They will output the most HPS. They're super mobile. They have battle res. They have multiple utility slowdown or Ursoc Vortex. They are really, really good. Second choice, very close to the top, would be a Holy Paladin, because of, again, they have a lot of utility as well. The bubble is always very nice, and they are a clear winner in anything below plus 15, anything below, because they can actually swap into a DPS cooldown game style, where they can actually put out massive amounts of DPS, way more than anyone else. I would say on average, healers in 5-man content do up to 300k DPS in their normal rotation if they're performing correctly, while a whole Paladin can triple that, can burst triple that. So, but they're sacrificing healing. So when they don't need to heal too much, they can pick up extra DPS talents and really help out a group. So anything below 15, Holy Paladin will be your choice. Anything above 15, Resto Druid, Throughput, they'll be your clear winner. After that, all the other healers are pretty similar. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're really skilled at a Mistweaver, you can do as good as a Resto Druid, but as an average Resto Druid. But if you take both skills, you don't take skill as a parameter here, Resto Druid will always outperform. And this is my discussion guide, and I want to hear your opinions in the comments, how you feel about it. This is my personal opinion from doing mythic raids with other healers and things like that. And leave your comment below, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.